cozy.
Yeah, you got the sweater on today.
Right?
It's starting to get a little chilly out.
It is. I got some silk pajamas too.
You got silk pajamas?
I ordered a pair of silk pajamas. It was for a costume, but I figured
Spider
if
web.
I was going to dress in a costume, I might as well dress in something I was going to wear at a later period.
Yeah.
And I got some silk pajamas.
Nothing wrong with silk pajamas.
Might wear those the after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
You know, marinating and all the food and shit, digest.
Yep.
Gotta be comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, no more cozy than silk pajamas.
Yeah. Well, silk pajamas are a nice, cool way to sleep at night.
Nice and bougie.
Yeah, and nice and bougie.
With my satin bonnet. Like motherfucking black Hugh Hefner up in this.
It is finally starting to cool off a little bit.
Did we start? Are we filming?
Yeah, we're filming.
We're filming, all right.
Yeah, we're filming.
We're live. Okay.
We're going.
We're live.
Starting to cool off a little bit here. You know, it feels nice. I think next week we're actually supposed to get a little rain.
Hey, you know how people usually say that we look alike?
I mean, yeah.
I kind of feel it today. You know what I'm saying? The flat top is on point. You know, the angle flat top is on point.
Right.
The beards are on point.
Yeah,
nice and
beards are on point.
You know, good. All right. I'll take it today.
Brother Stogie.
Motherfucking brother.
Motherfucking Brother Stogie. How you doing?
I'm chilling.
Yeah?
Literally.
Yeah.
I should have wore Crocs today.
And you got a sweater on and shorts too.
That's California weather right there. I'm a Californian. This is how you know I'm from California. When I have a sweater on the top, shorts on the bottom, Crocs on the feet.
It could be raining outside and Brother Stogie's always going to have his flip-flops or sandals on.
You damn right.
What's going on, everybody? Cigar Titan here. Once again, with my good friend Brother Stogie. Say hello to people.
Motherfucking Titan fan.
That's right. You have found the most entertaining cigar channel on all of the YouTubes. You have found
Cigar Titan!
That is right.
And let's not forget all the YouTubes and now all of the Cigar TVs.
Yes. We're excited to be a part of that. If you guys missed our announcement in our last episode, Brother Stogie and I are officially a part of Cigar TV.
Yes, and this will go on that motherfucking TV show
Yes.
when we send it to them.
Yes, but this episode
Yes.
is about how to cut your cigar, Brother
Yes,
Stogie.
we had a comment from a subscriber that said, hey, like y'all went over accessories and shit, but can y'all tell us how to use the motherfuckers? Like which one is best for cutting cigars? Well, we got you. So here is your Titan Lounge Basics 101. How to cut your shit.
You ready to get this one started?
Let's give it to him. I'm about to wear a cowboy hat when I would take some pictures on that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, had cowboy boots on the pedal.
I'm excited. Can't wait for you to get yours and be riding all around.
I'm getting it. I might even cash out on it before Thanksgiving.
So, Brother Stogie, what are we talking about?
Mine first.
What are we talking about?
So we are talking about the different types of cuts
Yes.
of cigars, and probably the most universal cutter of them all. But it's kind of going through each one and how to cut your stick with the different types of cigar cutters.
Yes. And we thought, this would be a great opportunity to kind of show you some of the pros and cons to the different types of cuts that you can do on your cigar.
In depth. Yes.
So, Brother Stogie, we haven't lit up any of our cigars yet. What cut should we start off with today?
I think we should start with my favorite, the punch.
You're going to start with a punch.
I'm gonna start with a punch.
Okay, so should I start then maybe with the straight cut?
Yes. You can do
Okay.
a straight cut. So I am smoking the Desvalido Robusto.
Okay. And I am smoking the M81 Blackened. This is actually the cigar that Metallica released. Bought a box of these a few months ago and actually really enjoyed it. This is a smaller version of that. It's like a petite Corona size here, but these are good sticks.
Right?
Yeah, really good.
So jumping to it, so I'm using this nice cigar torch / cutter wand by XIFEI CigarAccessories.com. So this one here, this one's nice. It's like a 3-prong. You take this off, you got a nice little cigar stand right there.
Yep.
Boom, put that back on. You got a nice, boom, nice torch. And you got cigar pick, or what you call it when you have to loosen up the tobacco and shit?
Like a cigar poker?
Cigar poker or something like that. But what we use
Or a perfect draw type
perfect
thing?
draw,
Yeah.
yes, is the punch right here. So for all the newcomers watching, you've never seen a punch before, this is a punch. So pretty much, this is my cigar and my cutter. So I lick my shit, and pretty much you just kind of put it on there like so, boom, and you kind of just twist it. It's a nice blade on the punch, and it goes in just like this. Take it out, got a nice little hole right there. And see me, I prefer the punch mostly because I feel like it doesn't mess with the cigar much. You know, usually when you do a cut or a bash cut, when you snap down, sometimes the wrapper unravels.
Yep.
Or just the shoulder might come off. You know, so usually like the punch, 9 times out of 10, the cigar stays intact.
Yes.
And it's usually a perfect draw when I get that punch in there.
Yes, it's definitely one of the pros. I think another one of the pros to doing a punch cut versus something like a straight cut, which I'll show you guys here in a minute, is that with a punch, you're very rarely going to get that loose tobacco in your mouth from the cut. You know, because it's just that hole on the top of the cigar there, and I got spider webs all over me. It's probably time to wipe this out of the garage here. Stand by. Jesus. All right.
We're back.
And so, yeah, you know, if you're somebody that often finds themselves getting a lot of tobacco in the mouth as you're smoking your cigar or something like that, you know, when you're doing a straight cut, that's because most of the tobacco on the end is going to be exposed when you do that type of cut on your cigar. However, if you do a nice little punch cut there like Brother Stogie, almost no tobacco getting in the mouth or anything like that. The drawback or the con to doing a punch cut, what are some of the cons, Brother Stogie? What do you think are some of the cons to doing like a punch type cut on your cigar?
I think the cons kind of come in when the ring gauge of your cigar goes up.
Yes.
So the larger ring gauge, I think you start running into draw issues because the hole might not be big enough.
Yes.
Especially when you go to like 60 ring gauge and beyond, you might run into that issue. And that's when this next cut will come in handy.
Yes, and one other drawback to a punch could potentially be like since you're filtering so much of that smoke in your cigar up through a smaller hole at the end of that, it does have a tendency at times, depending on the type of cigar, to get a little bit of that tar buildup. You've seen that in some of the other episodes where we've had pre-punch cigars and stuff like that. But even in premium hand rolled cigars, you can still get a little bit of that, you know, tar that builds up at the end of that there, because all of the smoke is being concentrated at the tip of the cigar here and being pulled through that tiny little hole. So that is one other drawback. And if you start to notice like your cigar's tasting a little funny or whatever, you may want to just kind of dab the end of it to see if you got any of that tar buildup there. Just wipe it off and you should be good to go.
I think the last one is that some cigars, especially where they're manufactured and made, the punch just absolutely will not work.
Yeah.
Because you have some cigars with the pigtail.
Yep. So that's 100% correct, yeah.
So you have pretty much the pigtail. You got a picture up here, but it's pretty much that. I don't know what that was. you got an extra little swirl of tobacco right there on the cap of the cigar, and also you have something like say the firecracker from what is that? United Cigars.
Yes.
You just can't use the punch because you have too much extra going on the cap of the cigar, and the punch just won't work.
Yeah, it's also not going to work on, say, torpedo-shaped cigars, bellicosos. You know, for that type of a cigar, you're definitely going to need to actually cut off the end of that cigar. A punch just won't work on that.
Picking the right tool for the right project.
100%. So the next one we have on the list here, this is another XIFEI accessory here that was sent to us. You can see that here, and I told you the other day when I was messing around with it, this thing looks like a damn transformer, right? Because XIFEI is, I'm telling you, if you guys haven't checked out XIFEI products yet, check out XIFEI products because they're knocking it out of the park. You can get these for a very, very reasonable price. They're very well made and they do so many things. They're like the Swiss Army knife of the cigar accessory world, right?
Definitely.
So here you can see that. It's got a 3-flame torch in there. You turn it over on the side, you've got a punch on the side there. Turn it over on the other side, you've got a slightly larger punch hole. Let's see if I can get that to focus in. There we go. On the other side there. On the back, there's a little lever there you just kind of pull up, that drops down, and you've got your straight cut.
Man, look, it's about to take off and go kick some ass right now.
Right. So I'm not going to be using the punch today. I'm going to be using the straight cut. Now, Brother Stogie has shown you guys on multiple occasions how to properly use a straight cut on your cigar.
Yes.
What was it when it's down there?
Hell no.
Uh-huh.
Not quite so. Maybe so.
Okay.
And just right.
And just right. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut that right there. I'm gonna try not to cut my finger off. There we go. And little lopsided there. It wasn't a perfect cut.
But it was a straight damn cut.
But it was a straight damn cut. And you can see
how sharp that blade is.
Yep. It took it right off, no problem. Very flat. But you can absolutely see just how much of the tobacco is exposed there at the end of the cigar. If it's not a well-rolled cigar or you have a cigar with mixed filler in it, you're always gonna run the chance of getting those bits of tobacco in your mouth. Now, let's try out the triple torch here. Oh yeah, that's nice. And it all kind of concentrates into one flame the way they've got it. Let me see if I can show that.
Yeah.
So you got that there. And you can see how it concentrates all into one nice
little
flame.
point. Nice little point at the top. Oh, that's sexy.
That's very nice.
That's sexy. So just see, so with the hole punch, my drag is beautiful.
Yes.
There's plenty of plumes. The draw throughout the cigar is ample and plenty. There's no difficulties in taking in my drags at all, and pleasurable smoke with the hole punch.
Yes, and same here. If you're looking to get the widest circumference of a cigar and are able to smoke that freely and to pull the most amount of smoke through that cigar, a straight cut is always going to be your best option. The cons to that, like we talked about, is going to be the tobacco in your mouth. You may run the risk of cutting it a little too low and then your cigar unravels.
The entire cigar.
Right, and anytime you're using a straight cut, you're always putting pressure on that cigar, regardless of how sharp the cutter is. It is applying a little bit of pressure to the cap of that cigar, and that also runs the risk of unraveling the cigar. You'll always see Brother Stogie and I, when right before we light or cut our cigars, we always kind of dab it in the mouth, get the tobacco a little wet, unless we're using somebody else's cutter.
Because it's our shit.
Right. But if you're in a lounge, that'll get you kicked out right away.
Yeah.
So don't do that if you're using somebody else's shit. Don't sit there and lick your cigar and then cut it with somebody else's stuff. But it helps moisten up the tobacco, gives it a little bit more buoyancy there, and you don't run the risk of it cracking or unraveling when you do a cut.
Just like cutting towel. You wouldn't cut towel with a dry towel saw. You have to run water on a towel saw to get straight cut so your towel won't crack and shit.
See, that's why you're on the show, because I can't make references like that. Tile what?
I got you, know what I'm saying? Real shit for real men in the real world.
That's right, but still he's got the barbecue, the home improvement stuff. You want computers and stuff like that, you come to me. You want the home improvement stuff and the barbecue, you go over there to Brother Stogie.
I'm like, hey bro, what happened to the video? Why didn't it post? Nah, because what happened was the computer, it overheated because the CP3U wasn't working. So I had to download the program to get the megabyte overdentures in to make. I'm like, whoa! Just call me when the video's up, all right?
Simple, right? Keep it simple.
Just call me when the video's up. I'll let everybody know we having a delay. God damn.
So, Brother Stogie, XIFEI's made some pretty awesome accessories here to kind of help cut and stylize your whole cigar smoking experience.
Yes.
The next one on the list here that we wanted to show you is actually a gift that I bought you long before XIFEI started supporting the channel.
Yes.
But it is a XIFEI accessory.
It is. So we won't cut a cigar with this one. We just want to show, but this is similar to a guillotine cut.
Yes.
All right?
Yes,
so,
I didn't mention that. The straight cut that we were doing, that's a guillotine cut.
Yes. So this is something similar. Look at this sexy shit right here. Boom. Look at the craftsmanship.
That's heavy too.
The craftsmanship. So you go and it just drops. That's how heavy it is, because it swings. It swings.
It's swinging.
It swings on my finger. So so same thing as a guillotine cut. You got to see up close, the blades, you got blades right there on both sides, and it's pretty much same thing. Do not, okay?
Hell no.
No, okay? You can't roll with the cigar time in the cigar lounge if you're cutting your shit this low. You want to get right above the cap and just right there.
Snip that one down.
Snip it down just like that.
So when you're using a cigar scissors, now that's not necessarily a necessity to have in your repertoire of cigar accessories, right?
This is me being bougie.
Yeah, that's something where you like, you know, I want to show off, be a little fancy, whatever, and you know, it's more of a distinguished thing. It's like clip, yeah, maybe I want to smoke my cigar, maybe I don't.
Exactly.
A little off the top, clip.
You know?
But yes, and I know we're talking a lot about XIFEI accessories today because we got a ton of them here on the show. They are sponsoring us with the products that you're seeing here today. But like we've told you guys before, look, if we are going to accept a sponsor on the channel, we're only going to accept a sponsor on the channel from something that we've personally tested, tried and true, and that we stand behind and we would recommend. We wouldn't ever put anything in front of the Titan fam that we didn't believe in or we thought was poor or low quality. And XIFEI checks all of the boxes, all of the right boxes. They're a high quality cigar accessory manufacturer and they do it right.
Yeah, agreed.
Yes. So the last one, Brother Stogie, I'm going to give you the honors here.
Oh, to me? Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to put my shit down real quick. So this one actually is not a XIFEI cigar accessory. These are one of the Cigar Titan and I's because I have the same cutter but in all black. This is one of our OG cutters right here.
Right.
So this one is a Colibri cutter. And this one is actually a double-sided 2-in-1.
Yep.
Got your guillotine. Boom, right there. Turn around, you got your that. Oh, look at that. Oh,
sexy and shiny, huh?
Goddamn. Oh,
right off the light.
You got the bash cut right there, right? So this one here, I like that. I like the bash cuts because you kind of run in between the guillotine cutter and something like a hole punch cutter.
I completely agree.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to quite get the bits of tobacco in there. You're not going to quite run the risk of taking that cap off because you're going right down the middle. All right. So this one here, for all you newcomers that haven't quite used the bash cut yet. So here's the cigar right there. And this one I'm not going to lick. I'm going to show you what happens when I'm not gonna lick the cigar before I put it in the vag. Yeah, you got me right.
The V cut. We call it. It is the V cut. We call it.
Brother Stogie says the vag cut. All right. So boom, right there. Put it there. So this has a stopper, so you don't have to worry about it going through the other side.
Yes.
Right?
And talk a little bit about the stopper. What's the reason for the stopper?
So just in case you don't listen or you haven't watched the Cigar Titans channel at all, and you're the guy who went into the cigar lounge and got a cheapy cutter that has going all the way through the back.
Yeah.
And you say, oh, it's a good idea for me to do it right there. And I'm gonna cut it. All right. So this prevents you from being tossed out of the cigar lounge and just your membership revoked from the Titan lounge.
You don't want it revoked.
You don't want it because we worldwide, you know what I'm saying? So boom, cigar right there, cigar cutter, V cut, boom, 1, 2, 3. So you get a nice V cut right there. And you see how sharp that is? And we've had this cutter for
probably 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah, 3 or 4 years. We've had this cutter, and this has gone through plenty of cigars.
At least 1,000 cigars, I'll tell you.
Between the both of us, for sure. And it's still a nice, sharp cut.
Yep.
And this one you can also kind of be fancy with it as well. Especially if you have
if you're just doing a V cut, there's other options.
You know what I'm saying? You have a crown cut.
What's a crown cut, Brother Stogie?
A crown cut. Check this out. So if you want to be bougie, this is like this is not the basics. This is kind of when you've been smoking a while. You just want to impress the motherfuckers. You know. So boom. So there's your V cut right there. Got it. Come on, focus, motherfucker. Oh,
lift it up. There you go.
Right there. Boom. There you go. So now you did a V cut vertical right there. Turn your cigar around and you're gonna do one horizontal cut right there. So now you got a crown cut.
Yep.
Right there. So now you not only kept the integrity of your your cap in place.
Yep.
But now you've increased your draw.
Yes.
Just that much more.
Yes.
You know?
I have to say, out of all of the different styles and types of cuts that you can do on a cigar, the V cut is probably one of my favorites because it does. Brother Stogie's 100% correct. It offers a very nice balance between a straight guillotine cut and a punch cut where the sides of the cigar are still protected because you still have part of that cap on there. So you can kind of rest your lips around the side of the cigar there, and you don't get a lot of that tobacco in the mouth, which is always an unpleasant part of the smoking experience, right? And it's sitting there and spitting in.
Agreed.
Yeah, so you don't want that. So it offers a very nice balance. But Brother Stogie, what is your personal favorite cut out of all the ones we did today?
So my favorite cut is always going to be the punch. But let's talk about what's the universal cut. And I think just off the bat, the universal cut is going to be your guillotine.
Yeah.
Because like I said, even with your vag cut, if your cigar has a pigtail, or if it has or you have a bellicoso,
right?
Torpedo cigar, you're not going to be able to really use the V cut or the punch on either of those cigars. You're going to need to have your guillotine. And with bellicoso and torpedoes, I always like to take mine and angle mine about a 45-degree angle with my guillotine.
Yes.
That way you're not too high on that torpedo tip, and you get low enough to where you can still get that good drag out of your cigar.
I think, most cigars are always designed with the guillotine cut in mind. I think there are very, very few cigars where a guillotine cut will not be the preferred cut on a traditional cigar. When you start getting into some of the more ridiculous kind of grab bag cigars where they're, 180 ring gauge or something.
The Khalil cigars that are like 180 ring gauge.
Yep.
You have to find different ways of cutting those. Cleaver, butcher knife, a weed whacker, a sawzall, stuff like that. You gotta be creative.
Yeah, I mean, there's other ways too. Like, let's say you're out and about, maybe you're hanging out with your buddies, and you happen to forget your XIFEI cutter, right? Yeah. You don't have a cutter on you, and you're like, man, how do I cut my cigar? Well, there are other options you can do too to cut or get the cap off of the end of the cigar in order to enjoy your smoke. Some of that, I've seen people actually bite the tip off of the cigar. Now, obviously, if you're going to bite the tip off of your cigar, you're running the risk of damaging the wrapper on the cigar because it's very gnarly, just kind of biting down on the cigar and pulling that cap off. Another thing I've seen people do is they'll get the edge of the shoulder moist, kind of what we were talking about earlier, and they'll slowly kind of just rotate the cigar in their hand as they slowly loosen the cap on the cigar, and then you can kind of use your fingernail right there.
The cap off.
Yep, to just kind of pull the cap off, and you got your cigar ready to go.
I've seen that. Before I let y'all motherfuckers out of the tight lounge, I want to give one more additional shout out, and this one's a special shout out, and I'll tell you why. So I want to give a special shout out to our subscriber, Steve Cochran.
Steve Cochran.
AKA Uncle Steve-O.
Uncle Steve-O.
You want to know why this is a special shout out?
Absolutely.
Because he watches us all the way from Bangkok.
Oh, wow.
From Bangkok, China?
Bangkok is China.
Okay, Bangkok, China. Yes. I gotta make sure I'm about to say Bangkok, Thailand. You know what I'm saying? If I can get cursed out in the comments.
Is it? Bangkok, Thailand. What's the capital of Thailand? Yeah, Thailand is Bangkok.
Is Bangkok?
Yeah.
Okay, it was Bangkok, China though, right?
Welcome to Geography with the Cigar Titans.
So go ahead and chime in the comments and tell these old motherfuckers specifically where Bangkok is, especially you, Uncle Steve-O.
China?
Forgive me, bro. We had a whole conversation on Messenger on Facebook, and I just effed it all up. Right? Something like that. It's a map on the screen. I know he's gonna do it. I know he's gonna put a map on the screen.
I think it's in Canada.
Most definitely not. Most definitely not in Canada. Don't lose a subscriber, bro. You know what I'm saying? My second shout out is going to Lower, Lawer 7.
Lawer.
Lawer.
Lauer?
Lawer.
Lauer?
Lawer 7.
Lawer 7.
And this is a special shout out because
Sorry for butchering.
he watches the Cigar Titans all the way from motherfucking Sweden.
Okay, we know Sweden is in Sweden.
Yes. Switzerland? No, Sweden is Sweden. Got it. Okay. Damn it.
That's why we smoke cigars.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, so cigars brings everybody together from all.
We may not know where you're at, but we're bringing people together.
Hey, forgive us. You know what I'm saying?
Point it out on a map.
We appreciate y'all jumping in the comments and let us know where you guys are watching Cigar Titans from. We appreciate it. If you are watching from anywhere, because I know we have somebody from Jamaica, from Canada, from the Cameroon Islands.
Yes.
They all chimed in and said they watch us from different parts. Even when we did our hookah versus cigar videos,
right?
We had people from like all the way over there.
Over there?
I'm like, shit.
I know we have people way over there.
I'm just gonna stop here. If you enjoy the united front of the cigar community, you have to tune in to the motherfucking Cigar Titans on YouTube, okay? Subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to go ahead and search up Cigar TV from freecast.com and watch us streaming on Cigar TV now.
That's definitely Thailand.
Definitely Thailand?
Yeah, Bangkok's in Thailand.
Bangkok, Thailand. Yes, from Hangover. I remember that now.
From Hangover. That's how we get our geography right. What movie was that in?
Hey, Hangover was very well rounded. You know?
Yes, it was.
Got it. Our lady boy live in Thailand.
We were like, China. I'm like, yeah, it's China. No, that's not China.
Right? Anyway, yes. Comment as y'all have been doing already and let us know how y'all enjoy the channel. Let us know if this episode, this Basics 101 in the Tight Lounge, was helpful to you.
Meaning like the cigar part of it, not the geography part of it.
Yeah, the cigar part of it. Forgive us on the geography part of it. Like the damn video, hit the bell so you get new notification every time the Cigar Titan posts a new video for y'all. Until next time, as always, live how you smoke and smoke how you live. That's smooth, baby.
See everybody next week.